Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Hanovan, once again joined by Sam Jane to broadcast a little bit of Saline JV soccer as they take on the Monroe Trojans here in Hornets Stadium. Altogether going to be a fantastic game. Sam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Patrick. Excited to watch two good games of soccer here today, and hopefully the Hornets can prevail.
Absolutely, it'll be a fantastic matchup overall, and right on the outside, Friedholm taking the shot, going just out of bounds there to the wide right. I think it was deflected on the outside by, that's Braden in goal for the Trojans this evening, and there you go, Friedholm on your screen. Right there as up and out of bounds, deflected off of the goalkeeper. Hornets get a corner now. Looks like it's going to be Grill to take that corner.
Yeah, corners are very important in terms of trying to attack on the offensive side of the ball. But you look at Friedholm there; it was a good start for him. He had a good shot on goal, and as long as you can keep pounding it in there, that's always a good thing.
Absolutely. Grill able to work it inside the mess right in front of the Monroe goal, however, knocked up and away despite heavy contention there by Hornet forwards. Ruiz side pass to Barker. Down low now, looking towards Belskis. Back to Grill. Shifted down to the left winger spot, trying to race his way around two different Monroe players. Goes for the crossing pass, trying to find Torres, but knocked away there by, I believe, number 26, Bonani. Crossing pass placed right in front once again, and sent right back down to Stein. Stein in confrontation there with Grill, before trying to center it and knock it away before being sent up and out of bounds there by Schroeder, and Monroe still maintains possession. In JV soccer, folks, just as a quick reminder, it is two 35-minute halves compared to the varsity counterpart, which is 45-minute halves. There's a 10-minute halftime in between, but otherwise it's a quick game, and then this is going to be a doubleheader broadcast where we will show the varsity game right after this, starting at 7, in fact. Ruiz with the throw-in on the far side, right about the 44-yard line, bouncing around just on the sideline, able to stay in bounds, but sent back into Monroe territory, pardon me, folks, as intentionally knocked out of bounds there. Hornets still maintain and takes a shot to the head on the far side as the Hornet midfielder getting up a little slow. Just looks like it was a quick deflection, caught him off guard. It's Barker on the far side.
Yeah, he got drilled there. That was, did not look like he was ready for that, but really nobody's ready for a soccer ball flying at your face, but hopefully he'll be all right. He looks like he's going to jog out here.
It's no big deal, but in that trade-off, you got Zilowski coming in now for the Hornets. Monroe to start off with possession once again. That is going to be Nauer on the far side. Ruiz over to Chen. Sideline to Zilowski. Sent back once again to Hornet defenders. You got Faulkner now. Down low to Belskis. Tries for the pass to Chen, however, knocked away there by Monroe. Possession looking to be taken back, however. Barker able to get a quick touch in there, but picked up once again and sent back downfield as it's Herringhauser for Monroe now, trying to get across 30-yard line, but Faulkner has something else to say about it as he passes off to Grill. Centering inside is deflected there by Torres and picked up once again by Diaz for Monroe.
Saline's had the ball in their territory most of the time here, and advancing the ball into Monroe, as you want to get as many shots on goal as you can, because eventually goalie's going to let one slip by. So it's always crucial for Saline to keep attacking.
Throw in there taken by Nauer and picked up by Pressa for the Trojans. However, quick foul as possession goes back in Hornet favor. Oh, it was just knocked out of bounds. Didn't catch that one, as it's going to be Zilowski with the throw-in opportunity. Options down the sideline, trying to find Schroeder there, however, knocked up and out of bounds. Unable to contain as Monroe regains possession.
Good defense by the Trojans here so far. They've Stayed in front of mostly everything, playing an aggressive style as they're attacking the ball and trying to jar one free. But that can lead to open spots like Saline maybe have here with Chen dribbling it down the middle, but another good aggressive steal.
Taken away there was Chen with brief possession, and then to Friedholm, and now you're looking back again to Schroeder. Downloaded Chen, down to Grill, looks for the opportunity, decides to center, and takes the shot and blocked. And a good shot on goal there taken, but Braden stood in his way as Grill gained the opportunity. Knocked out of bounds once again as we're going to get another Hornet corner coming right up. And it looks to be Barker to take it.
Yeah, Barker checks back in for Sadlowski, so Sadlowski just kind of gave him a breather. Good to see that he's all right.
Placed right in front and a great opportunity there, and out comes Braden to deflect, but Hornets are able to kind of regather their momentum and continue their attack as they still maintain possession.
Yeah, when you get into that pile, as you saw, their legs are flying, just trying to get any sort of deflection that can go into the net for the Hornets, but Monroe played it really well and was able to keep it out of the goal.
Faulkner tries to nail it right back towards Hornet favor. Back by Monroe goal, however, unsuccessful as it goes right back the other way. Now back across midfield. And you know what? One of my favorite things of soccer is you very rarely get a little bit of expression when you're playing the game. Sometimes you get your celebration, sometimes a little thing on your jersey. But I don't know if the camera saw it or not, but the keeper for Monroe is wearing a Captain America jersey, which I think is actually kind of funny right now.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You like to see just a
little
expression. Yeah,
that's kind of cool. That makes sense. He's going for the first defender thing, but he's been tested twice, and it looks right now as Friedholm's trying to regain possession to test him again and see how that stands.
Yeah, I don't know if Captain America was a soccer player, but he probably would have been pretty good.
You never know. Knocked back by Langerman as he sends down sideline to Stein, but kicked away there, and Hornets are still putting up solid pressure. Grill with a quick move, able to work around number 8 there. Barron looking for an option and chooses it with Chen. Excellent footwork by Chen, able to work his way around one Trojan defender, however, still unsuccessful with the second.
Yeah, one of my favorite things, because we're on the theme of favorites about soccer, is the teamwork that it takes. Unlike in other sports like basketball and sports like that where one player can kind of take over a game. In soccer, it's not really the same thing. All your team has to play well to win the game. It can't just be one single player, because pretty much everybody's touching the ball in one game. There's not really a player who doesn't really touch the ball unless you're not playing due to like an injury or something like that. But just have to know your teammates' strengths and be able to cooperate with them and find the way for your team to win that's best.
And there's Captain America on your screen right now.
It's pretty incredible right there. I like that shirt.
Solid boot trying to sideline it to number 22 Stein, cut short as Hornets are able to work their way back towards Monroe box once again. Grill inside to Friedholm, going for the crossing pass to the outside box there to Barker, cut short. Hornets have to try once more. Shot taken front and blocked once again, but rolls out of bounds by Braden, and Hornets once again, third corner of the evening so far. 25:44 on the clock, scores at 0 so far, and it looks to be Grill once again taking his second so far.
Yeah, so far Nicholas has had to deal, the goalkeeper, which is Braden Nicholas for Monroe, he's just had to deal with the low corner shots, been able to get hands on them. The Hornets might want to try later on in the game trying to go to that top corner, and if you go to that top shelf, it's very hard for a goalkeeper to get a hand on it and knock it away.
Tipped up nice and high and finds its way right in the pile at the front of the goal. However, doesn't really make contact with anybody as it's knocked away.
You know, Patrick, when you're on the defense of a corner kick, you're not really trying to push anything upfield. You're just really just trying to get it out of your box because so many bad deflections can happen that can lead to goals for the opposing team. So not really on the offensive, just trying to get it out of your net.
Oh, absolutely, but it's going to be difficult there as
Yeah.
Torres finds the back of the net there. I believe his 5th shot on goal for the Hornets finds its way right past Braden, and Hornets are on the board. 1-0, 24-38 on the clock so far.
Yeah, I don't even know if the real Captain America could have saved that one. That
Well,
was
those
two,
up.
2 feet away, and Torres had an easy shot on goal. And that's a hard play to make for a keeper.
Very hard play.
But good job by the Hornets to loft that ball over the defense, and they were able to find Torres, who snuck kind of behind and get past and have an easy shot on goal.
Here to start off once again, you're looking at Monroe. Current possession, forward pass sent well downfield by Preston. Knocked right back by Faulkner, though, however. Now with a quick touch on the far side as it stays in Hornet favor and rolls up and out of bounds.
A lot of plays for the Hornets here, wherever it's corner kickers or throw-ins deep in Monroe territory, so they've really been on the attack so far today. A good job of their defenders and midfielders keeping to push the ball upfield and not letting it just kind of hang back there. You want to be up front more than you, more often than not, so that they've done a good job of that, whereas Monroe's offense hasn't really been able to gain any momentum. They've just kind of had to play defensively.
Absolutely. You've almost entirely seen the whole game in the Monroe box so far. Quick touch by Faulkner, able to redirect it there back in Hornet favor. Barker with the quick pass to the backfield, finds Belskis, down low to Grill. Grill looking for an option, surrounded by 3 Monroe Trojans on either side. Goes to the forward pass, trying to work its way to Grill. I think Grill's able to get a touch on that, but it's going to be ruled in Hornet favor as Hornets still maintain possession. As you see there, we have a whole bunch of substitutions coming on for the Hornets. I see Day, I see Petrock, I see number 8, Shad, and I see on the far side, Sadowski coming back in the game as well. And York is in the game too. Throw in deflected there and knocked right away by the Monroe defenders.
This little volley there here between the Hornets, 3 headers in a row. Good way to advance the ball.
Manahar also came in the game there for Saline as he had a brief possession there, knocked up and out of bounds. Hornets still with possession, I believe, deflected off of number 18, Gowell from Monroe. That's Alexander Gowell.
The left wing for the Hornets been open throughout the game. You've seen Grill take it down there a couple times. Looked like Shot had a chance at that one, but the pass just went a little far away. So keep attacking that. You might be able to get a cross in from the far right side or from the middle, and those always can lead to goals.
Knocked away there by 26 Bonani in kind of a last-ditch effort just to keep the Hornets at bay at this point. Up and out of bounds, force him to throw it in, try to gain something positive off the throw-in. Chen able to work it back inside to Petrock. And kicked away once again there by Bonani.
Yeah, but Bonani had a nice play there. It looked like Petrock was trying to get a little give and go there, but he was able to knock it away and finally get the ball upfield.
Petrock with the forward pass there, looking to find Day, but just a bit out of position and sends it right back into Monroe defense, and the Hornets have to restart back close to the midfield line. Manahar down low, racing the sideline, looking for an option to cross, finds it with Chen. Chip shot placed up by Chen. Guess didn't have the curve that he wanted it to have and rolls up and out of bounds, and that'll be a goal kick going to Braden.
Another left side attack there for the Hornets, and they found that left wing over and over again tonight. So got to continue to exploit that. Find ways to take advantage. Chen's shot there might have been a pass, just didn't get the curve on it he wanted, like you said, Patrick.
Absolutely. Nicholas Braden altogether hasn't had a bad night so far. I think he's so far 6 for 7 shots on goal. So he's standing well in the goal. However, he's got a tough defense and heavy pressure by the Hornets, making it difficult to come out with the win tonight. And he's a freshman on the team. It's tough to be a keeper. for the
Yeah,
JV team as a freshman.
and the goal you can't really put on him. That was a hard. I mean, that was a really hard shot to stop. Ball traveling at that velocity from that close, you put that more on your back defenders for allowing a player like Torres to slip behind you. But yeah, he's been good tonight.
Diaz to open up the kick here. Sent sideline and off the chest there of Day as he's working it down the sidelines, going up and out of bounds. And this time the throw-in goes to Monroe, as I believe it was off of Day altogether. Throw-in to be taken by number 14, Carr. Right down the sideline, deflected by Chen and picked up once again by the Hornets. Petrock down low, finds its way to Shad. Centering pass trying to find its way back to Day without just not enough juice to make it all the way there. Shad able to regain possession, and now Chen, chip shot, placing it high, and it's through the uprights, and it's good, but it's not a goal, and it finds the trash can as well. Crowd's a little excited about that one.
Yeah, that's harder to do than find the net.
That's one of those trick shot videos you see on YouTube right there.
Yeah, exactly. Not sure Chen wanted to find the trash can, but good shot there. I think that was the same one he tried earlier. Got a little bit more curve on this one, but just went a bit high.
Just a bit high, a little too much on that.
Goalie back there for Saline Riley Barham's got to be feeling a little bit like, I'm not really having to do anything tonight. There's not even been one shot on goal for Monroe here so far, but got to stay alert as a goalie and always be ready for a shot that comes your way.
Oh, absolutely. And tonight, especially, it's going to get a little chilly as the high was about 68 degrees so far, but it's going to drop as soon as the sun goes down, and you got to make sure you keep your muscles warm in the cold temperature. Quick deflection there, goes the wrong direction by number 14, Carr, and right on his heels with Shad, making it a difficult play up and out of bounds. The throw-in goes back to the Hornets in a last-ditch effort to secure the defense for Monroe.
Smart play by the freshman keeper there. That's one of those plays where you look and some might try to like kick it out or find a pass, try to dribble around a defender, but as a goalie, if you leave that, your team is pretty much in an own goal situation. So smart play by the freshman there, just knock it out of bounds. And he put it right where it needed to be. It wasn't a corner kick, it was a throw-in, which are much less enticing for a goal, for offense. So great play by him.
Diaz going well downfield there with the opening kick to start off this session of play. However, picked up by Pressa, and Monroe moves past midfield. However, knocked away and picked up once again by the Hornets. York with heavy pressure from the back from number 21, Hoffman.
Ooh, good move by York there. He's had a couple of those tonight where he's been able to deke out the defense.
Solid forward pass there. Cut down by Carr as Hornets have to regroup back at the 45-yard line in their own territory. Faulkner opens it up, sends it down to Chen, back down to York. York looking for an option and finds it down low with Manahar. Manahar racing around the outside. Pressure there by Timoney knocks it away as Monroe trying to regain, but up and out of bounds, and possession goes to the Hornets.
Yeah, one thing I would say so far is you got down on the right side, you see Sadlowski. He's been open a decent amount. Coaches must see something in that left wing they can take advantage on, because Sadlowski's been open a couple of times that could have gone for a cross kick, but maybe we'll see that later in the game, setting up the defense for something and then hit them with the exact opposite.
Shot taken by Day there kind of took a weird angle, pardon me, and it deflected and kind of found itself on track with the goal, but picked up by Braden with ease as the Hornets now looking to take it right back downfield once again. I think the call was, I believe it was handball on that play there. It bounced off the forearm of another player down there, and the Hornets still maintain possession to start about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, here when Chen's going to take this, you've got to decide whether you just want to make a pass or try to push it up ahead like he did here.
Using it like a corner kick and putting it right in a solid position for the Hornets. However, up and out of bounds, going in Monroe's favor as Braden takes over. Monroe's first defender. Throw in sent, or pardon me, kick sent well downfield, deflected off of York as Monroe able to regain possession and control it as it goes right back across midfield. Faulkner meets it in the backfield, however, looking for the option. Down the sideline to Shad. Shad further to Day. I think that one was out of bounds as Day caught it in midair there, so it's going to be picked up by Monroe, and possession goes to Herringhausen for the Trojans. 14:31 on the clock. Score stands at 1-0. The Hornets lead the way. Manahar with a quick touch there, trying to knock it away, and it looks like it's going to be Shad to knock it away completely. Petrock just shy of midfield there, picked up, however, by Hoffman as Monroe putting on solid offensive pressure there, trying to keep it in their favor. Pressa now, forward pass finds its way with a quick touch to Langerman before being knocked back around, back to Pressa once again, and picked up by York as he works his way back downfield. Far side, it's going to be number 10. Petrock once again going for the centering pass, trying to find Day. Day just out of position and a little bit ahead of him at the same time. Could have been a dangerous situation of offsides there. Chen now to York.
Good in and out move by Chen there.
Today, down low. That was Shad. Now we're back up to Manahar. Knocked back to York. Surrounded on all sides by Monroe forwards there.
Got to get rid of that one quicker. York kind of held it for a bit too long. Allowed the defense to converge.
Sidlowski going for the crossing pass, and the header there catches. Ooh, nearly caught Braden off guard there, and Braden with another great save. Looks like it's going to be called, however, is knocked up and out of bounds. Hornets with another corner coming right up. Ruiz to take the corner this time overall. Solid save there by Braden, however. Seemed like he wanted to control it and not knock it out of bounds, give the Hornets this opportunity. Placed right in front and threads its way through the crowd in front of the goal and making it a difficult situation. Picked up by Ruiz on the backside and knocked back, and the Hornets settle for another attack.
Wave of Hornet subs going to come in for the last 10 minutes, I would say. Got to try to get a goal here before half, give you a 2-0 cushion.
Far side, it's York with the pressure as he knocks it back to Ruiz. And speaking of those subs, coming in is going to be number 13, Friedholm. Torres at 14. Grill back in at 23. Schroeder at 15. Barker at 18. And Belskis at 22. Hornets still have pressure on the far side and looking to get it back downfield, up and out of bounds as Hornets with the throw-in. Ruiz will take it.
Yeah, for the Monroe Trojans, if Saline were to get a 2-0 lead here, that's going to feel insurmountable going into half because they have not had the ball one time in the box or not even taken a shot on goal yet. So going up 2 goals could be killer for the Trojans. That could really have to change your game plan and lead to maybe more goals.
Throw-in and knocked right out of bounds there, far-sided by the Hornets as Monroe takes over with their throw-in. Number 24, Herringhausen will throw it in with a solid toss there right down the sideline. Knocked back by Belskis and a little back and forth, and Monroe now working the way back towards Hornet goal, pardon me.
Faulkner really drove that ball. I had some serious air and hang time on it.
Torres on the outside, trying to work his way back in and finds the back of the net. Second goal of the evening, finds his way for Torres. 2 for 2 for him so far.
Again, not a great job by Torres slipping past the defense. It's the second time he's been able to do that. That was a more impressive shot there as he put it from the right side. He was able to find the left corner, but again, that wasn't really set up by a great, I don't know how to say it, but it was a good pass by the Hornet offense. It wasn't really set up by any corner kick or anything like that. He was just able to slip behind the defense. You can't really put that one on the keeper. Defense got to get back.
Absolutely. A little bit of speed kills on this field. Now that goal was at 10:40. Hornets 2-0 over the Trojans.
You know, Torres is going to want to get that hat trick because that's always super impressive to say at school.
Oh, without a doubt. Knocked out of bounds there with a deflection off of Grill as the Hornets lose possession.
Yeah, it looks like Diaz was down there. Kind of fell awkwardly. Looks like he's okay, just limping a little bit. Some of the way the angles they contort their bodies to be able to fire away, you'd surprise there's not more injuries, but that's why you put the work in the winter and you find ways to help your body out and improve your leg strength, and that leads to less ankles and knee injuries, which is always good.
Oh, absolutely.
So those can be devastating.
The ACL is a dangerous one when it comes to soccer.
Definitely.
Centering pass there by Torres finds its way far side to Friedholm. Friedholm goes even farther to the other side of the field to Belskis, and Belskis sends it right back in, but picked up and sent away by Herringhausen. Knocked around a little bit before the Hornets pick it up around the 40-yard line. And this is going to be Barker with the quick action. Herringhausen stands in his way. Manahar now. Quick touch by York there. And knocked away as Monroe able to work it back across field, but Faulkner able to stand in their way, going up for the forward pass.
Good pass
To
down
Grill,
the left wing
unable
there.
to maintain possession and keep it in bounds, however. Just out of reach there for Grill.
That left wing's been open over and over again for Saline. Eventually they're going to convert that to the goal. You know, I think the Trojans have got to find a way to put more defenders down there so that they don't keep getting these open opportunities. Barker just mistimed his jump there. He could have had a nice little head, but now Monroe might have a little something cooking here to put the ball in Saline's territory, but great play there to knock that one off. That's a tough play for him. You know, you're in a one-on-one situation. It's hard to stick in front, but Barker did a good job there.
Grill with the centering pass, and down goes Torres as foul's going to be called on number 7 there, Pressa, as the Hornets regain possession.
Yeah, if you're Saline, you can see sometimes they'll run a play. Since there's two guys and trying to block towards the shot, they'll try to sneak a guy behind the defense, but still staying onside and try to loft that over the head. It looks like that's what we're going to try to do, but just a shot on goal. Torres might have mistimed that pass. But they'll run that play where they'll try to sneak a guy behind and look for a header into the net, get a open lane, but didn't work out that time. But when you get those free kick opportunities, you always have a specific play you want your team to run depending on what type of defense the Trojans or the opposing team comes out in.
It was Friedholm on the far side, able to race it around and maintain pressure for the Hornets by the Monroe box. However, knocked back out front. It's going to be York to work it back inside. Tries for the forward pass, however, knocked away as Hornets still maintain possession there after the blow of the whistle.
This is close enough. Grill's got a powerful leg. You might see a shot here on goal from Grill. Try to get one hooking in from the right to left side and put it in that top right corner. Or maybe since he's taking the shot from the right side, he might try to go left corner. Oh, he tried to go low. Interesting decision.
Directed towards the outside, tried to work his way back in and knocked up and out of bounds there. Hornets with the corner. You got Torres standing right by the goal as he wants that hat trick. Chipped up and placed right where Torres was, just kind of out of reach, and he's going to roll down towards the close sideline and kicked away by Sidlowski, sent down to Manahar. Long pass back towards midfield, collected there by Kewen, and sent back far side to Grill.
You know, the Hornet defenders aren't even really worried.
Solid header, solid save.
That was an excellent header.
Excellent header. And a great save, too, on that end Very close, but deflected off the crossbars. I think they're going to give it to the corner for the Hornets once again.
Yeah, that was the second time Freedoms almost had a shot at a goal there. That one was really impressive. He put that over the top and just a great play on both sides. That was an excellent play by Braden. He was able to get just one, and it looks like 2 fingers on it, knock it up into the crossbar, but a good shot by Freedom as well. It's another chance on goal Saline had.
Great opening shot, placed it in the key position there. Coming from Barker, deflected up high there. Just a little too high. Under 5 to play now. Hornets still lead the way, 2-0.
I was going to say before that kick, you saw Saline. Their defenders aren't even worried about the Trojans' attack. They were at the 40-yard line of the football field, not even worried about pushing the ball up ahead. Monroe's got to find a way to do that, or else Saline's going to have so many mismatch opportunities and just number advantages. But they're doing a better job here.
Solid forward pass gives Grill the opportunity to work it down the sideline now, however.
Yeah, Saline has looked at the speed advantage has been evident so far. They've just outraced Monroe defenders down the field time and time again. It was evident on the 2 goals by Torres, and Grill seems to be able to be outflanking the defenders and the midfielders. So speed gap has been evident so far.
Absolutely. Grill with the throw-in opportunity now.
But the Trojans can take advantage of that by being a little bit more physical. They did a good job of that to start the game, and you got to continue to do that, not allow the Hornets to push you around.
Brady with a solid boot back towards midfield. Deflected there by Belskis and picked up by Sidlowski on the far side. Centering pass finds its way to Torres. Going for the opportunity. Far sides it just a little bit wide as it goes up and out of bounds. Monroe gains possession.
Braden looks to be a star for years in the making. Whenever you're a JV and freshman, you're starting. That's always super impressive, and he's been impressive in tonight's game too. He's made a couple of great saves, and the 2 goals he let in are a tough play for a keeper to make. Torres just put a great spin on the ball and got really close to the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Down low, Barker finds Grill once again. Bottom left side, goes for the crossing pass. Deflected off the back of Pressa there that is Timony, as the Hornets gain another corner opportunity here.
Saline's also been able to get more personnel on the field. They've subbed out a couple times, so their players that weren't fresh. Well, you see Bedford's players, some of them hands on their heads, trying to just suck in air. And when you don't have the same amount of personnel and players at Saline, it can lead to, being more tired in soccer. That's so big because anytime there's an opportunity for a goal because of an outrun or anything like that, it can lead to goals like it did for Saline with Torres.
And that was kind of a rough situation there. Diaz knocked it out of bounds, but that's a communication error because Braden had that angle well defended and could have collected. No big deal.
Yeah, it's those communication errors. Saline's going to get another shot here. Those are always key. But not really. Saline's had a lot of corner kicks. I think 4 or 5 up to this date, maybe 6, and they haven't taken advantage on one, but they've had a couple shots on goals, a couple nice opportunities, so it's really all you can ask for.
Absolutely. Monroe able to work the way back across midfield now. Gowell going for the crossing pass, trying to send it forward in favor of Stein there, but just out of reach. It looks like Stein was looking into the sunset as Faulkner picks it up for the Hornets. Far side, it's Barker trying to work it for the Hornets. Sidlowski in the backfield, down low to Kewen. Back up to Barker. Solid forward pass, looks to find its way to Torres, and Torres comes away with it one-on-one and
There
beats the goalie. There you have it. There's the hat trick today for Torres. He went bottom right, bottom left, and then top right.
Yeah, he's working all areas of the goal so far, and another great shot by him. Another way he snuck behind the defense with that long overarching pass that seemed to get Monroe a couple times. So, good job by the Saline midfielders to find an attacking Torres, and Torres did exactly what he needed to do, was just finish. Didn't try to do anything fancy, just put it in each corner of the goal, which is all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
That is the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen.
Its current score stands at 3-0. Hornets lead the way. Altogether, you can catch us in about 10 minutes for the second half of this matchup. And we're back. Hornets over Monroe. 3-0 so far, 35 minutes to play in the matchup altogether. And it's been quite an exciting game. You've had the first defender in goal, Braden, for Monroe, doing overall quite a good job. 3 tough shots, pardon me there. Quit laughing, I see you over there. Shots that made it difficult as the Hornets just kept pulling away, not to mention constant Hornet pressure that makes it difficult to be a defender at the moment. Altogether, Sam, what do you think is going to be the next step for Monroe and Saline?
Well, for Monroe, I would say that you got to find a way to get the ball out of your box. You have to push the ball up ahead. If that means surrendering open shots for the Hornets, that's fine, because you gotta find a way to put some points and goals on the board for your team and to keep getting the ball to your attacksmen. And for Saline, I would just continue what you were doing. Maybe fall back a little bit more, not trying to attack as much, because a 3-0 lead is so key, and you don't want to, because you're pushing the ball too ahead, give Monroe an easy goal. So I would say fall back maybe a little bit more on defense and rely on your defenders and to keep making plays and your midfielders. But still keep an aggressive mindset when you get the ball pushed up ahead, because you never know, Monroe can make an easy comeback real quick.
Absolutely, and a solid throw in there taken by number 22 on the far side. That's Stein, places it just outside the Hornet box, or pardon me, in the far left corner. In fact, giving them, I think that's their first opportunity so far in the matchup where they've actually made it to the Hornet box. And so a little more pressure on their end could definitely go a long way. It's just a question of how much energy does their team have remaining for another 35 minutes.
Yeah, not a lot of personnel for Monroe. They haven't subbed as much as Saline has. You saw 2 mass groups of subs for Saline where they brought in like 5 or 6 players, so they're definitely energized and ready to go for the second half. And you know that our coach was probably harping on we got to push the ball ahead, guys. As you saw probably Coach Robert Anderson saying, guys, it doesn't matter if we lose 5-0 or 3-0. We have to find a way to score goals and push the ball up ahead. So that's what they're trying to do here, as you saw early in the second half, that they push the ball up ahead.
Absolutely, and right there, Chen was outnumbered 3-1 in that situation, and it's going to be a solid boot back where Hornets are going to try and regain ground as they move back towards a Monroe goal. Friedholm loses his footing there, trying to attempt the steal, however, knocked right back, and Hornets looking to maintain possession, having a little control issues right now as knocked away there by Monroe, up and out of bounds. Hornets gain possession. Solid crossing pass for the Hornets, places it right in front of goal. Knocked back there to Schroeder. Going for the solid pass on the outside, trying to find Grill, however, knocked right back to Schroeder once again. Far sideline down, that's Belskis over there, and now it's back to Schroeder.
Yeah, Schroeder's been kind of the middleman today. He set up many times for shots on goal, hasn't taken one yet, or maybe he did, but it was off the line, and he's just been kind of the middleman today, done a good job of executing passes and finding open teammates. Chen had a nice little pass there.
Very good pass. Sets it up in a prime location and knocked back and finds the back of the net, however.
Yeah, Hornets are going to want to have that back. They had 3-on-1. You have to put that ball in the net.
Absolutely.
It's all right, though. They got a good shot at it, and it gives you confidence that you can continue to do that while not surrendering any goals. And for Monroe, it just does not look to be getting any easier in terms of playing, getting on the attack. Saline's just shut down any sort of ideas they've had in playing offense.
Absolutely. Barron now from Monroe was able to gain brief possession there before being stolen away there by Friedholm with a great crossing shot, finds its way connecting with Braden, and a good stop there by Braden.
Yeah, Patrick Kusa, just one player for me who's impressed me tonight for Saline has obviously been Torres. He's had 3 goals, but other than the obvious choice, I'd have to probably go with either, I'd say TJ Friedholm's had a couple really nice shots on goal, or Evan Grill has found that left wing each time and again. So those are my 2. Who would yours player be?
Altogether, I'm going to give it to a Monroe player to start with. I'd say Braden's doing an excellent job, but altogether, someone who I've always seen kind of being in the thick of it every single time is Herrenhausen. number 24, back on defense. He's always standing in the way and ready to set up a solid play. And then for Saline all together, it's got to be Grill for me because setting up all of those corners is key. It keeps the pressure going and it makes sure that the Hornets have a great opportunity every single time.
Yeah, he's played really well tonight.
Chen on the far side going with a crossing pass. Nearly finds its way through, but collected there by Torres and knocked right away by Monroe.
See, every time, there's just an example of what's happened all night. Anytime Monroe pushes the ball up ahead, it's 4 against 1 because they have no other attacksmen. You cannot expect your forwards to deal with a 4-on-1 situation. You got to find other guys to push it up ahead and help your guy out.
Very true, but they get a lucky deflection there as they gain the throw-in opportunity once again.
Yeah, Monroe's got to take advantage of the early situation, but really good play by Schroeder there to intercept that pass. He read that all the way. He's like a cornerback from Saline's Friday win against Bedford. Noah Nelson with the interceptions. He read that like a book.
Clutch plays coming in from Nelson there. Throwing to be taken by Grill on the far side. Finds its way to Torres. Torres with a little bit of pressure, and once again, number 24, Herrenhausen, just being just where he needs to be every single time on the play and putting up solid defense.
Yeah, you don't have to be. Sometimes in soccer, it's not really always about the athletic ability. You just have to know where to be at all times and get your body in front of the ball. And Herrenhauser's done a really good job of that tonight.
Diaz there unable to control as he knocks it out of bounds at the baseline, and the Hornets gain yet another corner kick right here. It's going to be Grill.
Yeah, Hornets are in double digits corner kicks tonight. That's never a good sign if you're the opposing team because these are always so dangerous on a goalie and on a defenseman.
Knocked away, and there you go. That's the way you want to defend it. You want to, from Braden right there, diving right out, and you connect with that ball, and you clear it. Knocking out of bounds, not probably your first choice, but it still works. He gets a chance to reset and make sure it's all good. Corner kick placed further out in front and deflected away, so that was one he didn't necessarily have to worry about as much.
Yeah, going off to that first deflection, you saw Braden when he came in, he had his hands open palm, so he was able to knock it away and sometimes maybe be able to catch it if it were coming at a slower momentum. And he did it where he didn't deflect it back into the zone where the Hornets were. He pushed it out of bounds. So while it would mean that they get another corner kick, that's better than getting an easy deflection where your goalie's way out of place and it's an easy goal for you.
And it paid off. Hornets had to fall back a little bit, and now they're looking to resettle and attack once again. A solid forward pass nearly finds Grill in position, but Braden steps out, shuts him down. It's all boot back towards midfield there and knocked around a little bit by Langerman, and a little pressure there by Barker. And too much pressure by Barker, in fact, as Monroe still maintains possession.
It's been a fairly clean game. I think that's 3 penalties in total, 2 on Monroe and 1 on Saline there. So both teams have done a good job of not getting too physical and forcing too much contact. They've just been clean in all ways, and the refs have called a very clean and good game.
Absolutely, and one thing I didn't notice at the start of this half is that we in fact have Day in the goal so far for the Hornets starting off the second half, and we have a whole bunch of substitutions coming in just one moment.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the easiest games Riley Barham's ever played. He didn't have to deal with one shot on goal. He just kind of got to sit back there the whole time and chill out. So, it's either can be, if you want to get involved in the action, that can be a good thing, or if you're just kind of cool seeing your team score 3 goals off a hat trick, that's always a great thing too. So, easy game for Barham. He didn't really have to deal with anything too much.
Absolutely. Deflection there picked up by Stein on the far side, and now it's sent over to Langerman for Monroe. Trying to work his way into a Hornet box. He's stuck on the far side with Faulkner contesting heavily and deflected off of Langerman as the Hornets take over. Here are the subs once again as Barham comes in, not in goal this time, as well as Shad at number 8, York at number 9, Petrock at number 10, and then we have Manahar at 16 stepping in for the Hornets in this.
Yeah, 4 of the best players for Saline tonight's going to come out. Grill, Schroeder, Chen, and I believe that was Torres. Yeah. So those are the four probably you'd say most valuable players so far tonight. Although only one can get an MVP at the end of the year, but they've all been very crucial to Saline's early 3-0 lead.
Absolutely. And Barham on the far side is at number 2 and currently has possession right now. And
Good slide tackle there.
very good slide tackle. Able to clip the ball away and catch Barham just off.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Nora there. When you come in for a slide tackle, you don't want to go for the legs. You want to be able to hit the ball at a place and where you can kind of not slide in, and you don't have to get any of the leg because that's a bad penalty and it's risky for the player you're sliding into, the person you're attacking. So you want to keep low to the ground, keep your cleats high, and just kind of slide into that ball and not go for the leg because, like I said, that's a really risky play and it can lead to a red card.
Quick touch there by Sidlowski, trying to knock it back over to Behrman, but just out of reach as Monroe able to work it back across midfield. York with a solid forward pass finds Petrock down low. Pressure by Diaz makes it difficult to maintain as it's sent right far side to Carter for the Trojans and picked up now by Manahar, far sideline. Quick touch by Petrock back to Manahar and back down low with a solid crossing boot, trying to send it back towards midfield, picked up by Behrman. Hornets looking to maintain, kept in bounds there and knocked out the sideline instead of the baseline by number 23 there. That was Nauer. And the Hornets still maintain possession, however, do not gain the goal kick. Sidlowski right up in front, but solid defensive pressure there by the Trojans, able to knock it away. Ultimately shut down as Braden gains possession and looks to send it back towards midfield.
Yeah, I'm sure one of the things that Coach Anderson will be looking for here is, even though this game is, 3-0, how his team responds. Resiliency is so key in soccer because, you go down one goal and it can feel like a bunch, but at any time a goal can come. So I'm sure he'll be looking to see what players continue to fight and what players kind of just droop their heads a little bit and accept maybe defeat when it's not close to being over, 22 minutes left to go. So that's always the thing that you look for as a coach.
Absolutely, and that was Ruiz there knocking out of bounds, giving the Hornets a good opportunity to set up a defense, and there you go. First shot on goal in the evening for Monroe.
Yeah, they handled that pretty easy. It was like a pop fly, and he was able to camp under it, make a nice catch as a goalie. When you want to look for it, you want to be able to secure that ball with your hands, because if it comes in and hits off your body, then it can go to Trojan defenders. He was in the waiting right there. So you have to be able to secure that ball, catch it with your hands, don't let it bounce off your body, and make sure that it's not a bad deflection.
Day with a solid boot back towards midfield. Petrock looking for the forward pass, trying to find Behrman. It's going to be Petrock contesting with Bonani. But now Sidlowski down low. A little bit of contact there by its number 8 Barron results in Hornets still maintaining possession as he held up Sidlowski big time on that forward progress. Behrman just started off here.
Good kick. That was beautiful by Saline.
And just a little too much on it by Sidlowski. Goes high and out of bounds.
That was a really nice design play by Coach Sturms there. He had Barham set it up so you saw Chen raise his hand. He gave him the nice little pass over the top. It's still on a line drive. And then you had Sidlowski creep in from the backside to find a way to Chen could just give it right back to him. And Sidlowski had a really good shot on goal there, but with that momentum from Chen's pass, it just was a bit high. Really good play design, though.
Behrman on the far side tries to chip it inside, finds his way to Chen. Crossing pass, I believe, was deflected a little bit there by number 22 Stein on the far side. Sent right to Braden. Faulkner on the far side now. Solid forward pass finds Behrman.
There's that left wing that's been so advantaged to Saline today. They're going to look to take advantage here. 4-on-2 situation.
Solid cross finds its way past the first defender, but not past the second, as it's knocked back, and Sadlowski in the race to maintain possession and keep it from going out of bounds. But in fact, number 15, Walker for Monroe, will just send it right out. Monroe to set up a solid defensive plan here as the throw-in comes from Sadlowski and finds its way to Petrock. Chipped back towards in front of goal, and the header there by Shad as it's sent away from Hornet favor and right back downfield. Monroe trying to maintain with some quick moves there by Stein. Forward past the Langerman and right back. Solid boot there by Carter, trying to chip it right back.
Yeah, for a big guy like Stein, that was a couple nice nifty dribble moves to get past the defense, but Saline able to drop back, play great defense like they've had all night and keep it contained. You saw Chen there, that was excellent. He got low into his stance, and that's what you need, an athletic position. No, he wasn't able to deke him out. You can go both ways there. It's kind of like a three-point stance where you're in a way, you're on both knees, your hand and one of your hands low, and able to balance back between both sides. And he did a great job there of staying in front whenever the Trojan attacker tried to get past him.
Hornets with a few good deflections there, trying to shift it back in their favor. It kind of caught at midfield in this brief moment of the second half altogether. Solid sideline pass to Behrman, just out of reach, and a little bit of push there by Bonani on the far side. Kept him at bay as he was able to knock it out of bounds, however, and Hornets gained the throw-in opportunity, catches it with Carter on the far side. It's going to be Trojans letting it roll out the back end as they're going to take over here with 17:45 remaining in the second half. Current score stands at 3-0. Hornets lead the way.
Yeah, you talked about fatigue at the beginning of the half, Patrick, and you see some Monroe players have their hands on their heads. So obviously that fatigue's getting to them, and the Saline just brought in waves and waves of new players, so that doesn't help Monroe in their comeback efforts.
Absolutely, and that was kind of a rough situation. You saw Braden wanted a call because I think he saw a handball off of Behrman, however. But Behrman was able to put the pressure on the Monroe defender and resulted in a corner kick that he's going to take right here. Kind of a turn of a situation that might catch Monroe off. As it low and curves just too much and rolls right out of bounds, Monroe takes over.
Yeah, those plays can be called sudden change plays because you just had the ball in your box kicking out, and now Saline had it right away. So your defense has got to find a way to re-scramble, readjust, and stop Saline from scoring, which they did admirably there. Sorry, excuse my stutter, but Monroe did a good job there of adjusting to adjustment by Saline. So nice readjustment.
Whole bunch of substitutions just came in, including Belskis. I saw Barker on the far side, as well as Schroeder, Torres, and Grills. Possession going for Carter, and working right back there. Quick touch with Torres. Sideline down to Barker. And knocked up and out of bounds by number 8, Barron for Monroe. Brody Barron. That was Belskis there, trying to ship it back in Hornet favor. Deflected off of the Monroe forward, and Hornets gained the throw-in opportunity, but yet, once again, kind of stuck at midfield. Monroe definitely improving their game to get it out away from their own box, yet pressure still not quite enough to get across midfield.
Yeah, so I liked what I saw there from Monroe here as they're trying to push that ball, but had really nice over-the-top pass. Those passes have been key for Saline, so Monroe trying to get them back with their own medicine.
Pass the outside, picked up by Day, and sent right down the sideline where it's collected by Barker. Action around the outside as Barron is there to contest. Forward pass to Friedholm with a chip shot, able to kind of keep the momentum moving for the Hornets. Kept in bounds on the far side by Grill. Fakes for the crossing pass and works his way back around. Tries to drive it right in towards goal, yet knocked away, and looks like Friedholm is able to pick it up for the Hornets.
Yeah, having the ball in the box is key for Saline. They can just kind of waste time a little bit, just pass back and forth, trying to end this game. Belson's going to take a shot on goal there.
Deflected off of Herrenhausen once again.
Like you talked about, Herrenhausen's been in the right place at the right time. Not afraid to use his body there as he got in front of that ball.
Torres lets the ball fly and he moves right back downfield. A solid crossing pass and looks like deflected partially, but as well just a little loss of accuracy on that one. That was Friedholm there with the shot. Knocked up and out of bounds, and it was deflected, in fact, so the Hornets do gain the corner opportunity, and that'll be Grill once again to take the corner.
Yeah, Friedholm's had a couple of shots on goal, and I know in school guys have been ragging on Friedholm a little bit as it's off the post.
Off the post, and it's going.
That one was close.
That was incredibly close, and it looked like it was a no-look, like just swinging the leg backwards type of
Right,
shot.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about with those corner kicks. You get those deflections, and the goalie's just like, what happened? That guy, I didn't even see him shoot that, so.
Neither did we.
Yeah, and that didn't, nobody saw that one coming, and Saline almost benefited from it, but, you know, the pole is an interesting place. You can either get angry at it, or it can benefit you in ways you never thought were possible.
Absolutely, and a quick move there by Barker, able to work it down the sideline. It was a quick nutmeg as he made it through one defender and was deflected out of bounds by the other. Faulkner back around midfield, chips it to the far side to Grill. Grill looks forward, tries to find an opportunity. Manahar unable to show, so he options down low to Schroeder. Belskis down once again, and a little action there as Walker is able to come away. It looks nothing but ball on that contact as he races downfield with plenty, and a good move there.
This is the one good chance Monroe's had, a 2-on-1, but look at that defense by Faulkner, able to slow down the Bedford attacker and just let his teammates recuperate, get back on defense with their good hustle as Walker just couldn't get past.
Absolutely. And our camera is dropping. Sorry about that, folks. It's going to be thrown by Monroe in the down close corner and finds its way. And sorry about that. Collected there by Torres. And knocked away there by Kewen as the Hornets race back across midfield. Friedholm touches over to Schroeder once again, and it's shifted a little pressure on either side. Number 7 Pressa making it difficult for the Hornets to continue to progress downfield.
Yeah, Schroeder and Grill had a conversation there. Kind of you could see from our cameras that Grill was saying, hey, I'm open, but Schroeder's telling him, you'll be offside if I passed it to you because you're ahead of the defense. You got to fall back a little bit. Let me get it to you where you're not so far in front. And so good communication and leads to, improvement on the next time. And in a game like this where it's 3-0, it's okay to make mistakes, and you improve on those and for next game, and hope that those later in the season can benefit you.
Absolutely knocked out of bounds there as Grill trying to keep it, gets a great crossing opportunity, places it right in front of the goal, and it's picked up front side by Petrock and shot taken in. Great save.
Yeah, Braden's been so impressive tonight. That was another one where full extension of the body. Looked like it was his left hand that came across his body to make that save, and that's a tough play for a goalie where you're reaching with your opposite hand to knock that ball away.
Absolutely, and I think he has honestly earned the Captain America jersey with the way he's played overall so far. 3 tough shots he wasn't able to stop, and honestly, he's played very, very well for a freshman on the JV team. Cannot wait to see him play in the next few years. Grill to take the corner once again. Chip shot plays right in front of goal, and there he is. Braden once again gets his hand on it, is able to deflect it out of bounds.
Another one where Braden's been a smart player, and he's knocked the ball up and out of bounds, which is exactly what you need.
Another corner coming up for the Hornets. Finds its way far side of the box, and a header there taken by Faulkner. Just a little too much, goes up and over the crossbar there. And I think what you're seeing right now is the first substitution coming in the game for Monroe as well. 9:20 to play, Hornets up 3-0. And don't forget, folks, this is a double-header broadcast, so we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock, about 20 minutes, to broadcast the varsity matchup as well. The far side pass there from Chen finds its way to Shad. And back down low to Chen. To Belskis, centering pass there, finds its way to Schroeder. Inside to Petrock, back to Schroeder, and heavy pressure there put on by Diaz sends it the other way as Monroe is able to clear it out.
And tonight for the varsity game, you have senior night, so you have all the parents coming onto the field. Proud moment for the parents as they see their kids grow up from when they were playing on the little field and didn't know which way the goal was to, you know, playing for a great varsity team like Saline. So always an emotional night.
Absolutely knocked up and out of bounds there and picked up by Monroe. Throw-in taking a quick moment, but finds its way and collected there. Front side by Schroeder and sent down low to Ruiz. Forward pass deflected away as Hornets having a little trouble trying to gain territory down by the Monroe goal. Collected short side there with Shad on the far now. To Behrman. Solid forward pass contained by Shad, yet he's just unable to stay on top of it as it's picked up by Monroe and deflected out of bounds there as Monroe will take over.
Yeah, so as we head into the last 5 minutes of this game, it's 7 minutes right now. One thing for the Hornets you can improve on is they had a pretty spectacular game. Just one thing I would say is improve on your corner kick opportunities. They do have 3 goals, but it's all been because of long passes up ahead. It hasn't been off a corner. They've had double digits corners, and against you know, in a tighter game, you're going to have to take advantage of those opportunities. So that'd be what I would say for them. And then for the Monroe Trojans, you can't, for them, I would say just push the ball more ahead. You can't keep sitting back in defense when you're down 3 goals. You have to push the ball up ahead, even if that means, you know, losing numbers on defense and stuff like that. So I'm sure that's the thing you can adjust in practice. And against a stiff team like Saline, where even you've seen opportunities, defenders like Faulkner and Ruiz have been able to stop those and sniff those out. So it's a tough matchup, but those are the things I would say that Patrick, both these teams can improve on.
Absolutely, and I'd have to agree on that end. And you're looking at a free kick here for the Hornets to wrap it up as we're starting to move towards the 5-minute mark. Chipped up, and another solid save there by Braden. Knocked out of bounds as it's going to be the Hornets once again. With the corner. Chipped up nice and high, just a little too much on there, deflected away there by Faulkner and up and out of bounds. Hornets once again gain possession. Far side, it's going to be Schroeder, chips it up, places it right and just short of the goal there. And this time it goes in favor of Monroe as they get a little bit of breathing room here. 4:42 to play. Current score stands at 3-0. Saline leading the way.
Yeah, what are you, Patrick, tonight looking forward to in this varsity matchup between Monroe and Saline?
This is going to be an important matchup in the sense that Saline is sitting on top of the SEC Red. Overall, they are tied with the second place team, which is Pioneer, at 7 wins, and I believe 7-1-1 is record for both those teams. And so, as this is SEC play, this is another great opportunity for Saline to gain 3 more points with a win, 1 with a tie, to kind of improve their standing in the SEC and push towards that SEC championship. On the other side, in the white for the SEC, Dexter is on top with the same exact record at 7-1-1, and they are declared as the SEC champs, as they cannot be beaten with their current point total so far for being the champs of the white. Now, last year Dexter had a second place finish to a very, very strong Jackson team. However, this year Jackson lost a lot of players as Dexter has taken over. Throwing on the far side, collected there by Behrman and chipped away. Nearly quick touch there by Chen, going in favor of the Hornets.
Yeah, and Saline, one of their biggest wins of the season, and on the varsity level, they stole a game on the road against Skyline, and that's a massive win for them, because anytime you can get a win on the road against the defending champs, that's huge for them, as they're able to get 3 points. And this is a game you got to win at home, senior night against Monroe. This is a game you should expect to win, and I think the Hornets will handle it fairly well, and they'll come out motivated, so it should be a good, fun matchup to watch.
Oh, absolutely, and I think it'll be very exciting, because as of last week, the Hornets were ranked in the state number 14 overall, and it'll be interesting to see if that stands after this week.
Yeah, 14th's an impressive ranking, especially in the state, but Saline's always in that top notch for soccer, especially these past couple years, so you love to see that. And getting state recognition is always nice for the players, but coaches tell the guys, hey, tune that out. We got to focus on each game and take it one game at a time. Saline's done an impressive job of doing that.
Absolutely, and still, currently, they are sitting at number 14, and it's going to be an important situation for the Hornets, because at number 6 is Ann Arbor Skyline, and that'll be the interesting situation if they can maintain to edge out Skyline, who is ranked much higher than them in the postseason.
Yeah, and in the playoffs, that'll be a hostile environment as Saline has to travel, because seeds are in place here too. So you want to try to get home field advantage, but that'll be a hostile environment. But the Hornets, like I said, they've proven they can win there before, as they got a crucial win. So we'll see how they can hold up tonight and hold up in the postseason.
Absolutely. Chip shot placed nice and high. It looks to be going up and out of bounds as Braden contains it all the way out.
And as we head into 1 minute left in the half, we'd like to remind you folks, me and Patrick will be back for the varsity game. Should start probably around 7:10, 7:05 today. So that'll be, like we talked about, a great game, and we urge you to tune in. And if you're just watching today from the junior varsity game, the Hornets played really well with a 3-0 victory off the hat trick from Isaac Torres. So always a fun thing to see a young player like him who's a freshman get a hat trick, and it's always great for him. So, but we thank you for watching. And Patrick, do you have any last closing messages?
Well, it's not going to be closing, because we'll be right back here in a quick second with a little bit of a break, and altogether it's been a fantastic game to watch so far. Great effort on both sides, as you saw with Monroe on the defensive side. 3 tough plays, made it through, and there's nothing to really be ashamed about in those, especially as Braden between the irons did a fantastic job at saving a whole bunch of other shots that kept it from being more than 3-0.
They got a bright future down in the goalkeeping spot. A bright future in general. They played really well today. Just 3 tough opportunities, and Saline took advantage. That will wrap it up.
Absolutely, and there you have it, folks. Score stands at 3-0. Saline wins out today over Monroe. And with that said, folks, my name is Patrick Canavan.
I am Sam Jane.
And we'll be right back for the varsity matchup.